The budget also invests in public safety. After the tragedy of October 25th in Lewiston, we established a commission of distinguished experts, as you know, to determine the facts surrounding that horrific event. Following their report, we authorized an independent after-action review of the law enforcement response as well. That review recommended measures to improve communications and coordination in the event of another such tragedy. We are requesting in the budget some additional positions to meet those recommendations and to strengthen our response to future emergencies. As an aside, the Lewiston Commission also noted that Maine's extreme risk protection law, so-called yellow flag law, could have been used to remove the perpetrator's guns before that tragedy occurred. And last year, we strengthened that law to clarify and streamline the process further. Last week, advocates submitted signatures to force a referendum that would directly undermine our current law. Opponents of the current law argue that family members should be allowed to petition the court for removal of a weapon, not just law enforcement, that a mental health assessment is not necessary, and that maybe it stigmatizes people with mental health issues. Well, I agree that all people with mental health issues are not violent, and our law does not require a diagnosis or lengthy exam. It simply asks a medical provider to understand a person's frame of mind and determine whether that person poses a threat to themselves or others. Now think about this. The words suicide or suicidal were used more than 300 times by law enforcement to describe the state of mind of the individuals whose weapons have been removed by court order in recent months. This law is not a burden. These are folks who are in crisis, and now, thanks to the mental health assessment, they are now being connected, perhaps for the first time, to Maine's mental health system. The law provides due process, and it will survive legal scrutiny. And I don't believe a private citizen should have to navigate what can be a complex and confusing court procedure by themselves, especially when they're in the middle of already difficult circumstances. I believe it's the government's responsibility, not that of a private citizen, to protect the public from gun violence. Right now, law enforcement officers across Maine are taking this law seriously. They've been trained. They're using the law on a daily basis to remove firearms from those who should not have them. 672 times as of yesterday. As York County Sheriff William King put it, quote, "People are getting used to it. Spurwink put out a step-by-step process that's awesome for us and very clear about what to do and when to do it. It's becoming easier for us to implement the law," end quote. I stand by our current law, which was passed with a near unanimous support of the legislature. It's working. It's saving lives every day.